September 30th is National Day for Truth and Reconciliation in Canada. It's a day to reflect and remember the wrongs of the past and acknowledge the horrors of residential schools. It's a day to honor the children who were lost, those who never returned home, and to support the survivors of those atrocities. But it's even more than that. Truth and Reconciliation Day reminds us of the ongoing need for healing and also the need for public education on this issue, and I believe the need for each of us to take responsibility to educate ourselves. It's also a reminder for all of us, especially those of us who are non-Aboriginal, to take a stand against racism, bigotry, and hate in all its forms, and to support the ongoing reconciliation process. And while it is important to not be racist and bigoted ourselves, it's not enough to idly stand by saying, "Oh, I'm not a racist." It's critical for us to speak out against those horrible behaviors and beliefs. It's up to us, who are not Aboriginal, to make an effort to educate ourselves as to the responsibility that we have, intentionally or not, in perpetuating these inequities. We need to learn and understand how it may feel to not have the same opportunities as others simply because of the color of our skin or the traditions of our ancestors. So what does it mean to be proactive, unapologetic, and unaccepting of racism and bigotry? Simply put, write to your elected officials at all levels and let them know that systemic racism must be stamped out. Never hide the fact that you support the uplifting of those who have, historically, been downtrodden. Speak out against racism and bigotry whenever and wherever you experience it. Call out the joker who thinks it's okay to make racist comments and jokes. Be brave. Also, watch for political rhetoric that indicates the possibility of allowing racism and bigotry to increase within our society and in the workplace. Any language that intends to undo the progress that has already been made is unacceptable in today's Canada. For example, in my humble opinion, the recent approval by a major party for the promotion of the removal of affirmative action from the workplace indicates, at least to me, a mindset that may well be problematic overall. Look, the reality is that I could go on forever on this subject, but instead, I'll simply reiterate, be proactive and loud with your voice and in your actions against racism and bigotry, and take the time and initiative to educate yourself on this important subject. Let's work on this together. Oh, and for those of you who may be unaware, September 30th is also Orange Shirt Day. The Orange Shirt Day is an Indigenous-led grassroots commemorative day intended to raise awareness. The Orange Shirt Society states their purpose to be to support Indian residential school reconciliation and to create awareness of the individual, family, and community intergenerational impacts of Indian residential schools through Orange Shirt Society activities, and also to create awareness of the concept of Every Child Matters. I'll put a link to the Orange Shirt Society in the description below. More recently, the finding of hundreds of unmarked, child-sized graves on the grounds of a number of residential schools has impacted society as a whole and substantiated the many stories that were told by the residents of those institutions. There's still a lot to do on this, so be supportive of those conducting this important work. and of those who are so sorely affected. By the way, Layla F. Saad, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, wrote a great book titled Me and White Supremacy: Combat Racism, Change the World, and Become a Good Ancestor. I followed the instructions in the book and learned a great deal about myself in relation to racism and bigotry. I used to be one who thought it was enough for me to not treat people badly. I no longer believe that. I must be proactive, unapologetic, and completely unaccepting of any racism and bigotry. I did a video on that book earlier. There's a link above if you're watching this on YouTube, and I'll put a link to the book itself in the description below. It is truly eye-opening if you have an open mind and an open heart. Thanks for taking the time to learn about this important issue. It's really very much appreciated. Leave me a comment or drop me a message. Oh, and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then hit that bell so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded. In the meantime, stay safe and enjoy your day. I'm wishing you peace, health, and harmony. Bye for now.